Okay, sup G's, it's Darkcat with MacNugget's Granblue deck profile, which he's just recently acquired. He'll be talking about the deck, what he likes about it, etc., and we'll be asking him questions, so let's go.
It is a Granblue deck for set 2. It is a English format deck. This is what I will be playing this format in English tournaments.
Except for that.
Except for that, that's just there because that's what I had in the deck. Yeah, I've been playing this deck since last night. It's crazy, I know, but it's a pretty goddamn good deck. Like, I beat DPs, I beat Oracle, I beat what's the name? Yes, Tsukiyomi. That's the one. And I beat the End. I beat a lot of decks with this. It's crazy good. But it's a bit too behind, and it only has 3 null guards, so I need to fix that. Yeah, starting off with my starting Vanguard, zombie guy thingy. He's a fucking pirate.
This is zombie.
Yeah, move him to Soul, mill the top 3. It's good because I like rushing with this deck, and I can get all of the cards I need in my drop zone fairly fast, like, say, my Night Mist or my Samurai Spirits, and pop them back out with, no, this is Samurai Spirit, easy. It does it itself, and Nagrama as well. We'll get to that later, though. Trigger lineup, the general trigger lineup for Granblues, because that's the only triggers they have at the moment. Set 6, they'll be getting support, which is great. They're getting a buffed up version of what's his name? Samurai Spirit and Night Mist. They're getting buffed versions of both of them, which I'm very happy for. And that's just great. That's pretty much the grade 0s all done up. 8 crits, 4 heals, 4 stands. It's hard to say it's good because that's the only thing they have. So grade 1s, 2 Dancing Cutlass. Might run a little bit. I might run a couple more. Probably not though, judging by the fact that I deck out nearly every time with this deck because of how much I draw and how much my drop zone gets in. It's either that or I have a really low deck size by the time I win. Null guards, just null guards, awesome in any format. I'm gonna get one more. Going to enter English format tournaments with it. 8k vanilla, 8k vanilla. Samurai Spirit, easy for switching out with cards on the field that you don't need anymore, like Cutlass and him. He's a faggot, but he can't switch out with him. You can get rid of like your unnecessary guards if you're trying to go for a late game kill. So you go call any one of these, and then you sack it off for this with Counterblast 1. Yeah, that's grade 1s. Night Mist. The grade 2s, sort of like a 1k bigger version of Samurai Spirit. It's alright. In the Vanguard it's pretty good because it gets another 3k when you got another Night Mist in your drop zone, and you're gonna pretty much have a Night Mist in your drop zone every 2 seconds. 10k Interceptors, English format they're good, Japanese format not good. It's iffy. It's 8k, so it can hit things in English format, but it's 8k, so it can't hit things in Japanese format for set 5 stuff like The End, Majesty, and Vanguard Overlord. They're really iffy for that. So you're gonna have to be boosting it with a 8k or Samurai Spirit to be able to hit for like a 5k attack. 5k guard.
Main thing, getting advantage over Silent Tom, pretty much.
Yeah, and it's great because you can hit Silent Tom, but like, oh yeah, and Silent Tom is set 2, so you'll be able to hit Silent Tom nearly every time.
Intercept and not worry about losing all of your hand.
Yeah, Ruin Shade is a great card. Like, I'm gonna run more of this card. His effect is just crazy good.
With the Ruin Shade, it's milling 2 cards.
Yeah.
Do you find that really starts killing the deck? Like, do you always use that effect, or? No,
I always use that effect. Not using it would be a mistake. It gains 2k, boosted with Dandy Boy, Romario. It's a 19k attack, and that's fairly hard to guard from a rear guard attack. That and it's just dropping more stuff into the drop zone, like Immortal Skull Dragon, which I won't be using in English format, but it's there. And these two, dropping these two is the most important part. and if you're gonna want multiple of him in the drop zone, so if you've got a lot of counterblast and you got a very empty field, you can call like grade 0s and grade 1s from your hand that you don't need anymore for these two, which is a very good plus for you. Yeah, Ruin Shade's just a great card in general. I'm gonna add a couple more of him. Commodore Blue Blood, Captain Blue Blood, whatever, 10k vanilla is very good because boosted with any of these, really, he can hit for a 10k guard nearly every time against a 10k Vanguard.
Just swings nicely.
And it's boosted with Dandy Boy. It's perfect against Tom because you can go swing 18 against Tom, which is a 15k guard, and I don't think anybody's going to fork out a 15k guard just to safeguard Tom, especially in English format, like, because Tom isn't that important. Like, it's there, it's really good, but you can swing over it a bit too easily. We're relating this a bit too much to Tom, I think. Let's go to grade 3s now.
8Ks in general.
Yeah. We got Negramo, 8k. He's good.
Would you ever think about running maybe only 1 since it's only got an 8k power, or do you really like the card?
No, 2 is a very consistent number, because if you have the 2 counterblast and you're going to use it for its effect, you're going to call a Dancing Cutlass to get off a draw, you're going to call a Dandy Boy to get a massive boost in the end of the game, you're going to call friggin' Rough-Seas Banshee if you want another draw, and you don't have any of him left in the graveyard, or you don't have enough soul. It's very useful. It can call anything, like Ruin Shade. You've got everything. You can call anything in this deck, plus it's there on the field for an 8k attack, which is alright to hit Tom, and 10k interceptors and all that. It's alright. Like, it's alright attacking.
Yeah.
Great.
Of course,
great effect.
Yeah, it has
great
the 8k power for a reason. The effect is just
because the effect is overpowered.
Yeah.
Great. Barskirk.
Basically, now this is looking at one of the main focuses.
This is kind of the main focus of the deck. Its effect is really, really powerful. If you can get the Mega Blast off, it's Mega Blast. You may call 5 units from your drop zone.
Yes.
Which is crazy good, because judging by the way I play this deck, I will get so much in the drop zone that I will have any choice in the world of what to pull out, because his effect is just great. And plus he's got a soul charging effect, so at least it's not a Mega Blast without a soul charge effect. It's good. Soul charge 1 gains 2k, boosted with Dandy Boy. It's a 20k attack against an like a Alfred or what's his name? The new English guy. I can't remember his name, but I think it was Blazing Flare Dragon.
Yeah, Blazing Flare.
Yeah.
10k. Yeah.
I can swing against this Blazing Flare for 20, which is forcing out the 15k guards for the 1 trigger and the 20 for 2, which is brilliant in English format.
Have you ever considered maybe running 2 Monster Franks? Because a lot of other Granblue decks I've seen, they run 2 Monster Franks, less Buzzcokes, because you get them in your hand too much, and maybe some Chappie the Ghost.
Sorry, I do not like Dick Chappie the Ghost. I do, however, like Monster Frank is. There's too many Mega Blasting cards.
Because you don't
having 2 different Mega Blasting cards isn't good for the deck, which is kind of clogging up your hand with grade 3s.
Because if you get stuck with Negrom with only grade 3 in your hand, it's not really good.
Even when you ride him as the Vanguard, though, you can still pull off his effect, which is that the Twin Drive is always useful, like no matter what, especially in English format, because there's not many powerful Vanguards out there. You can just drop him as your Vanguard anyway. More often than not, though, you're going to get Barskirk because you're running 4.
There is 4.
And you got 2 Negramos, which is more often.
With overall 7 grade 3s and the kind of how it's spread out.
This guy's going to be going soon.
Do you have any problems?
I have no problems getting a grade 3.
Okay.
Like, I might not have it in my starting hand, but with all of the capabilities of this deck for searching and drawing and getting everything that you need, there's no problem getting a grade 3 at all. Immortal Skull Dragon, like, if I'm forced to write him when I'm playing non-English format, he's still good. He's 10k. Twin Drive is just great in general for anything. And I'm going to drop him for, say, another Negramo.
Okay, hold on.
I might drop him for another Negramo. Or Night Spirit. I like the idea of him, but the execution was meh. They got a new one in set 6, which is Deadly Nightmare or Deadly Swordsman or something. He's the grade 3. He needs Deadly Night and Deadly Nightmare to. You send him to the drop zone, he gets power. Sorry, he gets Superior Call from the drop zone. Sorry, Superior Ride from the drop zone, which is really good because you're gonna have the drop zone anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this because I'm gonna play English tournaments with this, which is like one of the things I'm focusing on now because English is, well, has some of my favorite clans and is not too broken yet. Because like the new Kagero decks and the new Majesty and just everything in general, it's just a bit power creep. The power creep in the metagame is a bit too much right now because they're just trying to get more and more power into the game just to make it more and more.
Plus now's probably the time to play after set 6 coming out real soon, and that's gonna have.
Yeah, I'm gonna really start playing English format, try to win a couple tournaments with this deck, because of the fact that set 6 is coming out at a similar time in English than it is to Jap, which is really weird.
Yeah.
It's a good idea, but it's weird. Like, they should have just. I don't know a fix for that, but it's a fairly good idea because releasing the 2 at the time gives a lot more sales, I would guess. Because
yeah, it's interesting.
You're getting all of the money from both metagames. But yeah, I have no complaints with this deck apart from, well, him that I'll get rid of in a minute.
Plus 3 null guards if you want.
So yeah, I
like
even in English meta, 3 is good.
Yeah, in English meta, 3 is actually fine.
Because there's no Vanguards that get passive crits, which is sort of bitch.
But the great thing about it is you can be more precise with what you want in the drop zone, which is very nice.
Especially with heal triggers, like in Granblue, nobody realizes that you can heal anything in your damage zone, and when you get a heal trigger, you're gonna want to pull out like the one that you need. So say
if Immortal was ever in your damage zone, like the one copy, then
like if Immortal was in your damage zone, you get this guy, the Ghosty. Yeah, you get him, and you're like, oh, what should I heal? And you have, say, Dancing Cutlass and Immortal Skull. You can always heal Immortal Skull like every time because of, well, Immortal Skull can just come back and swing for 13 without a boost, 21 with an 8k boost, which is really good against like a Surukaiser and all that. And at the end of the turn he sacks himself, sadly, which gets rid of the card you used for him, which is a grade 1 or lower.
So
grade 2 or lower.
Yeah, grade 2 or lower. So a bit of a minus, but really, it's in the long run, it's pretty much. In the long run,
you're gonna win. Like, if you're gonna have him,
it's gonna be one of those final moves.
Yeah, but you're not gonna have him in general because he's not English format yet. But yeah, overall deck is pretty solid. Like, it's faring well against the current meta decks, which is something to say for a set 2 deck that has been out for ages. Like, I'm so upset that Tachikaze isn't like this. Because Tachikaze needs support. They need support. Tachikaze. But Tachikaze is my favorite clan still. I'm gonna keep talking about Tachikaze now.
Okay.
It's effing dinosaurs with laser beams. But yeah. But yeah. Back to on topic. Overall, solid deck. No complaints. Should fare well in English format.
Yeah. So. I'll be interested to see how well it does in English tournaments. You know, put up some videos and stuff. And yeah.
Yeah, you're probably going to see this deck in action in a
we'll try to see some action with this deck, and yeah.
All right. Yep. It's solid. That's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. MacNugget, Dark Hat, Schmoops, and Chocolate Thunder signing out.
Good night, papers.